Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey tea sippers, I hope you guys are doing good today. So there is a lot going on right now in the Black content space on TikTok. So if you guys do not know, there's a lady named Tanisha and she runs Tea Time. And so she was involved in a vehicular homicide the other day, and it is going viral all over social media. Tea Time does a lot of call-in shows on TikTok, and I didn't even realize this was the same lady until I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, I've used her clip before. If you guys remember when I did the video about Romika Meeks, she's the lady in there talking about the situation because she has a lot of ties to Chicago. So let me go ahead and show you guys the video of her so you guys know who I'm talking about. So this was the video from just a month ago that I did about Romika Meeks. So we're going to watch a little bit of this real quick here.
And mind you, when I woke up this morning, I'm talking to my daughter. I'm like, why the fuck did she drive to the school? I don't get it. It's not making sense to me. So understand, even this morning, I'm like, it just don't make, yes, his house is right. Yes, his house is right across from the school. They were in front of his house. That's what I'm trying to explain. So again, if I'm wrong and anybody got...
Okay, so that's her. Let me come back. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's the same lady. So she hosts a lot of panels. She does live streams. That's how she gets her money. Well, for some strange reason, she decided to drive and live stream with her followers, with her grandchildren in the back seat. And she ends up killing a pedestrian. His name was Darren Lucas, and so everybody on social media is talking about this. So first and foremost, rest in peace to Darren Lucas. This entire situation is extremely disturbing. We're going to go ahead and watch the video right now that went viral all over social media.
I don't know, it was weird, like, so... fuck!
Oh my God.
What was that? You right okay? Oh, fuck.
What was that?
Fuck. Somebody. You okay?
So, oh God, even hearing that thud, it still gives me just the heebie-jeebies. Like, y'all see me jump. It's just a natural reaction. But that thud was her accidentally hitting Darren Lucas. So this is sparking a lot of debate. And what's even crazier is 2 days after she hit Darren Lucas, a Twitch streamer named Jackie decided to drive and live stream as well. So we're going to go ahead and watch Jackie's video now.
Well, I feel like I should pick up food, but like... Oh, you know what? I can make ramen. That's fine. I'll make ramen. That'll be it. Okay. What is it again? Where is it at? Where is it at? Can you post it again? Tega Ecstasy. I just hit a car.
All right, so you guys just saw Jackie's video. So this is really disturbing that in less than 3 days, we've had 2 accidents on live and 1 resulted in a fatality. So this is sparking a huge debate on social media. You know what I'm saying? And they said that TikTok does not allow you to live stream. And so that is why Tea Time was circumventing the rules by using a green screen. Because if you're using a green screen, TikTok algorithms cannot detect if you're driving. You know, so this is sad that she went out her way to basically try to circumvent the TikTok rules. She had her grandbabies in the car, but most importantly, she took a man's life. But what was even more disturbing is how she handled it afterwards, to me personally. She then got on TikTok and started begging for donations and wanting people to send her money. Not money for Darren Lucas's funeral, the person that she killed, but money for herself. So let's go ahead and watch this video here.
Y'all already know me, right? So y'all know if my mind isn't in full capacity, it's hard for me to host lives. I won't really be here long. I won't be on live. until my mind is on full capacity. So it's allowed me because I want y'all to have want y'all to be able to have the part of me, you know what I'm saying, where, I'm not distracted or anything like that. Yeah, my Cash App up there if y'all want to support while I'm on mental leave. I don't like asking y'all for shit. But if y'all find it in y'all heart, and y'all wanna support, my Cash App is right there. I know, that's why I came on. I just want to tell y'all I will be okay. I am taking things one day at a time. I'm good, you guys. Okay, I ain't eating right now. Oh yes, Jen, I've been writing. I got a new album series coming out. Well, with the stuff that y'all already heard, and I've been working on that. But I be listening to y'all. I see it's a lot of mess going on. I don't even want to dab in that. But you guys are more than welcome to come up and talk. Like I said, my Cash App up there if y'all wanna pour something in. Y'all more than welcome to do that. Like I said, I do not like asking y'all for shit. You been out the drama? I don't believe you. It's definitely been overwhelming.
I know. I already know. But my comment was, I need all 200 of y'all to go right this second, leave out, and go to T's first pinned post. We needed to go viral.
Yeah.
T needs this encouragement more than you know. As well, she needs the support more than you know. If you cannot contribute anything financially to her CA, that is the first step. But other than that, do you wanna play some music? You wanna hear some mess?
Yeah, you can tell me what's been going on.
So that was 2 days after she accidentally killed somebody. You can hear that, she has a lot going on mentally. You can hear it. She's not the same hyper woman. But what's very disturbing to me is the parasocial relationships, and I talk about this all the time on social media, that a lot of fans have with people that they watch, right? You have her fans in comment sections attacking anybody who's talking about tea time, attacking people who are holding her accountable, bullying people, demanding cash apps on her behalf. The fact that she could do a live stream 2 days later, I would be distraught. You would not hear from me at all. I don't think I would even have the mental capacity to come online and talk about anything, let alone begging for cash apps. The only thing she should have been begging for is cash apps to help bury Darren Lucas. She didn't even speak on that. And I get it. This is a criminal investigation. Now you don't want to say too much. But you shouldn't be making it about you. And, I'm not trying to ask y'all for shit, but, y'all can hit my Cash App. That is insane to me. So a lot of people are currently dragging her on TikTok. Everybody's talking about the situation. So we're going to go ahead and watch some reactions right now.
By Tea Time, the live streamer, while she was driving distracted, and she accidentally hit Darren, and he lost his life. I did a whole video about it from his point of view, him as the victim. And this person says, y'all about to drag this. His family ain't said nothing. So that's not true. His family has made a statement. And
do you see how her fans are dragging other people and, basically trying to shame people for talking about this? But honestly, let's keep it real. Tea Time spills everybody's tea on TikTok. She talks about all the latest, trendy, messy gossip on TikTok. So why are people not allowed to talk about her situation? That's weird.
I have a feeling that maybe this is a fan of Tea Time, which is fine. I heard she's a very nice woman. But I do true crime videos, and this is a true crime story. I highlight victims. Darren's the victim. Tea Time's not the victim. Okay? So I also have heard that Tea Time is raising money to help her through this hard time. Once again, Tea Time is not the victim. Darren worked at Piggly Wiggly as a cashier. I'm quite sure that his family isn't made of money. I think it would have been really nice if Tea Time would have asked her fans to raise some money for Darren's funeral. All right.
You even have her fans who are saying, well, why was he walking in the middle of the street anyways? God forbid you walk across the street. Like, what the fuck are y'all? Like, are y'all that delusional with y'all's parasocial relationships that you guys are mad at a pedestrian for doing what pedestrians do, meaning they walk across streets? The comment sections, her fans defending her are insane. I'm sorry.
There is something deeply disturbing, deeply dystopian about Tea Time, whatever her name was, running over a man on his way, an older man, coming home from work, running him over because she is driving with her kids in the back or grandkids, whatever, running him over because she is on TikTok Live as she is driving. That is some Black Mirror, Twilight Zone. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I think it's a flag. It's a flag for how deeply, and I'm someone who loves social media and content and all that stuff. Y'all, that should be a flag for a lot of people. As much as I make content and enjoy it, there is a line between my real life and my content life. You have to touch grass. You have to touch grass. You have to touch grass. It is absolutely insane. She needs to go to jail. Rest in peace, Darren Lucas. There is
Tea Time going on a mental hiatus from TikTok Live, and what people to cash app you? How much is the lawyer girl? How much is the lawyer girl? Come on now. Going on a mental hiatus? Huh? And you need somebody to cash app you? Girl, how much is the lawyer? Come on now.
Right.
Don't be telling us you need somebody to be invested in you. Girl, you hit somebody. And you know the worst thing, you know what you'll get the most amount of time for? You was driving a fucking Altima. Yeah, it's destiny, baby. It's destiny. So if y'all don't know, Tea Time basically was on live with her kids in the car, and she wasn't looking where she was going. Okay? Now, what make it worse is that you ain't supposed to be driving while on live. It's a reason why big content creators be sitting the fuck still. Because the amount and attention to energy that we gotta put into this, you can't be doing nothing else. Okay? So boom, she hit this person. She ain't hit.
He's not lying. I mean, you notice the only time you guys see me outside of my office making content, I'm either in an Airbnb in a hotel room sitting down making content, or the few times I was in New York live streaming, I was walking. I myself was a pedestrian. I was walking, and it's very hard, even walking and trying to read comments and, look at where you're going. Even that just takes a lot of just mental fortitude, to try and pay attention to all things. Plus, I'm trying to make sure nobody's running up on me, and I'm saying? Like, it's just a lot to deal with. So it just makes sense. It's more feasible to be in a safe environment, a comfortable environment when live streaming. You cannot have engagement and read comments all the while driving. Like, driving is a privilege, and we need to understand that.
Ain't nobody who live under a bridge. She hit somebody who was a loving servant of the Lord. Huh? His family won't get back. Sidebar. Hitting somebody and you the host of the room and saying, I'm gonna have to call y'all back? You started this. Whoa, I will not be an accessory. You started this live. I'm listening. Continue on. I hear the kids. I digress. Okay? Now, she said she's not going to be on live for a little minute. She came and basically told us that she want us to cash app her. Girl, we get paid on the 15th. Okay? You better take that money and give it to a criminal defense attorney. Hello? Now, listen. Tea Time is just like a lot of content creators. I'm not even going to lie. People be on live while they driving. This is why you supposed to sit still. We'll see where this goes, but you're going to jail. Okay? I got $28. Girl, if I make it fall, never mind. I'm in the bond, Nate. I got you though. I'm just a messenger. See,
He's so funny. Y'all cracks me up.
There's absolutely no way that in 2025, when we know drinking and driving is bad, smoking and driving is bad, driving impaired just in general is bad, we know that it's hard to drive when it's rain, we know that it's hard to drive in bad conditions, when it's snow, when it's low visibility. We know all of these things, and we know that we need to be extra cautious, right? But someone can do a whole live stream in a car while driving, a live stream, and she ran over an innocent man. In what world has it ever been okay, not only texting and driving, but on live while driving with your kids in the back? Yeah, you deserve the full sentence. And yes, she's gonna get charged with vehicular manslaughter. That's exactly what she's gonna get charged with. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. She is going to get charged. There is video proof of her on live while driving. That's all they need. That is all they need. I really like to see how she plans to get herself out of this, or if she even plans to get herself out of this, but I expect to hear her sentencing. That's what I expect. There's absolutely...
So let me just show you guys one of her fans that's commenting here. Let me show you this. So here goes the comment. Shut the F up. I see people doing lives while driving all the time. Stop acting like she's the only one I've seen. It's so many times. These are her fans. They're just going around trolling and cussing folks out who are holding her accountable.
You mean to tell me that I have to use special words like unalive and pew pew to avoid getting strikes on my content, but people drive while filming TikToks and their account is fine? Absolutely not. Their account should get taken down. They should get flagged. That would deter y'all because the only thing y'all care about is likes, views, and followers. So get rid of your account. Lose your account so someone doesn't lose their life. Yes, this is inspired by that tea time woman who was live streaming on TikTok with her kids in the car and then hit someone and killed them. Not only have I seen that video circulating on TikTok way too many times, I'm seeing people make content about it who also film while driving. And I guess y'all feel like y'all have some sort of like moral high ground because she was live streaming and you're just regular making TikToks, but you don't. It's really fucking dangerous. There is no piece of content that is worth risking your life or the lives of any other person on the road or minding their own freaking business, trying to cross the street and get home to their family or go to work or go to the bar or wherever it may be. You need to film a TikTok that bad. And let me tell you, I've seen the TikToks. They're not anything special. Pull the car over if you just need to make the content that badly and make the content. Stop filming while driving. And honestly, the platforms, y'all are at fault too.
Online actions have real life consequences, right? Because to build your entire platform off of being messy and spilling the tea, and you cannot go however many minutes or hours long you need to go while driving your car to stay off your phone, specifically this app, to the point that you take someone else's life because, as we say, in a split second when you're driving, if you take your eyes off the road, anything can happen. And then it happened while you had your kids in the back seat. Literally, all that drama you was causing and being problematic, karma has a way of humbling you. Because I didn't even know you existed until you took somebody's life. Build your platform organically, being authentic, being non-problematic. I'm sorry. Yes, I get frustrated when I don't get collab offers. I get frustrated when this app play with my views. I get frustrated when this app don't pay me when I know I deserve to be paid. But I'm not about to sit up here and trade my integrity for likes and views and money. Because somewhere along the line, you got to pay the piper for you not having integrity. The only people I feel sorry for is her children and the family of that pedestrian. But please remember that online actions will have real life consequences.
To think it's okay to get behind the wheel of your car with your children in the back seat and conduct a live on TikTok is insane to me. You not only did you put yourself at risk, you put your children at risk, and you also put the safety of others at risk. And that's exactly what you did because you killed somebody. You hit that man with your car and that man unfortunately died. That man lost his life because you wanted to do a live on TikTok. I don't know which one it is, dumb or stupid, carelessness. It's a whole bunch of stuff because you took that man's life and you also could have taken your children's life. Who's to say you didn't run into a utility pole? You could have ran.
And that's the part that's also disturbing. You know, not only did she end up taking somebody's life, but she put her own life at risk and those babies in the back seat. And imagine the trauma that they're going to feel because, unfortunately, they're accessories to a killing. Okay? That man lost his spirit, he lost his essence, and those babies were involved with it. They were in the vicinity. Their energy is going to be forever affected by that. You heard the baby in the background saying, "What was that? What happened?" You know, those poor innocent babies. What if she would have smacked into a light pole and not a person, and those babies went flying out the windshield? You know, things like that happen all the time because of carelessness, unfortunately.
Into anything. You took that man's life, but you also could have killed your kid. I understand that people use social media now as a way to make money, but at what point do you realize, put the phone down? You're driving with your children in the car, and you didn't think this was the perfect time to put the phone down? You couldn't do your live whenever you got to where you were going. You had to do that in the midst of driving with your children in the backseat. So your children witnessed a murder, trauma for them, witnessed their mother kill someone, extra trauma. Now their mother is going to jail, and they know why, because they saw their mom kill somebody because she wanted to be on live on TikTok instead of focusing on getting us from point A to point B.
My mutual just killed someone while they were live streaming and driving. Let that sink in for you guys real quick. She was live streaming and driving at the same time, and guess what? She had kids in the back. I don't know why so many people feel as though they got a live stream 24/7, like they're their own reality TV show, and they do it in the most, and you're not even safe about it. During her live stream, she looks up, she looks down, looks back up, and then you hear a sound, and it's obvious that she hit someone, and the kids scream in the back. The thing is, she stayed at the scene. She was very cooperative. But I'm guessing she did not tell them that she was live streaming, because after, when she realizes she hit someone, because she says it, she ends the live. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just so baffled by this. She ends the live, but now video is coming up of this live stream. So the police are clearly now reinvestigating what just happened. I need to sit with this, but I want to talk about this because this is going to be a big topic on TikTok, and we got to talk about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Being on live while you're driving is crazy work. Being on live while you're driving and then unaliving someone is insane work. Being on live, driving, unaliving someone with your kids in the back seat makes you an unfit parent that needs to be in jail forever. And the fact that you had a whole panel going on while you was driving a car lets me know that you do that often. That is not something you did for the first time. And if I'm being honest, I don't even know any of the other facts about the case. I don't know if somebody stepped in front of the car. It doesn't even matter. All of that goes out the window the moment that we found out that you were driving while you were on live. Now somebody done lost their life. Your kids are traumatized forever, and they're going to be even more traumatized when their mama's going to jail. As you should. Y'all just be doing anything. And the app shouldn't even be allowing y'all to go live if it senses that you're in a car that is moving. It just shouldn't be possible.
Okay, let me show y'all this comment here. As someone who has watched her lives, she does that often, driving on live. Okay? Now, like I said, there are safety measures that TikTok has in place where if it senses that you're driving, it shuts off your live. But the problem is there's a way to circumvent that, and that is using a green screen. That's why she was using the green screen while driving. It is not that serious at all.
So the death of 59-year-old Darren Lucas was captured on live stream when TikToker Tea Time was live streaming while driving. Apparently she had her grandkids in the back seat. Although we don't know all of the finer details, what we do know is that that split second where Tea Time looked down at her phone and looked back up, Darren was then unalived. And y'all, one of my greatest fears has always been that I would be responsible to take somebody else's life when I had full control over that decision. Anytime you are operating a motor vehicle, you have control over what you do, right? You don't have control over everything, but you do have control over whether you're distracted, whether you get behind the wheel drinking, whether you're on your phone. All of those things you have control over. And the minute you make that decision, if your decision results in the death of somebody else, you will have to live with that for the rest of your life. Your life has changed. The lives of the family of that other person has forever changed. And it all could have been avoided had you just made a different decision. If nothing else, learn from this. If you're on your phone, get off of it. Love you. Bye.
I'm sorry. So you're telling me that I have to say pew pew and I can't say the G word that it really actually means. But you have one woman, these two women have had accidents, some detrimental accidents while streaming live on these apps. And they still have their accounts. They're still active, up and running. No. So the first one is Tea Time. We know of her. We've heard this. I'm sure you've heard the story. But if you haven't, a lady is hosting a streaming session with her kids in the car while driving, live streaming while driving. She looks up, she looks down, she looks up while talking. Here's boom boom and tries to hang up real fast. I'll call y'all back. Like, you really talking on the phone. That's one. And then she says, before she ends the live stream, what she thought she had done, which was what she actually done. She had unalived a man, a 59-year-old. Okay, I'm sorry. His name is Darren Lucas. He's 59 from Chicago. A couple days after your it's not an accident. Your situation happened. You're asking for donations after saying, I don't want y'all. I don't want anything from y'all, but if you want to donate, okay. That's situation number one. Now, number two, we have Jackie, a kick streamer, who took her eyes off the road for 20 seconds, y'all. I counted 20 seconds. She glanced back up and then she looks back down. But yes, then she hit a car. This is like 2 or 3 days right after each other. There has to be some accountability for these people who are, first of all, breaking the rules as it is of these platforms, these social media platforms that they're posting these videos on, or that they're live streaming these videos on. But you know, I get a strike for holding my vape pen up, not smoking out of my vape pen or anything like that. We get strikes for these nonchalant reasons. But these two accounts that I know of are still up and running that have unalived a man and taking your eyes off the road for 20 seconds and hitting cars.
I've avoided making this video for a while, but I believe that it's important that I do make the video, considering my connection to the person and my connections to TikTok. As I'm sure many of you have probably heard by now, a 59-year-old man by the name of Darren Lucas was hit by a woman that was actually live streaming on TikTok. Her name here on TikTok was Tea Time, and she was a resident of Zion, Illinois, as was 59-year-old Darren Lucas, who was hit by her while she was live streaming. She had her grandchildren in the car, and Darren was actually leaving his job. He worked at Torres Fresh Market. He was crossing the street when she hit him. Well, I happen to have been a friend of Darren. I knew him from his work. I happen to go into that grocery store quite often. I'm actually also working with that grocery store for a food drive that we're doing for Black Lives Matter, Lake County. That being said, Darren was a very, very good man that every time I went into that store, he made me feel like I was family, not just a customer coming into a store. And I really, truly am sorry that this happened to him. And I think that this is an important time to remind people that if you're driving, you need to stay focused on what you're doing, not TikTok, not Facebook, not any other social media, not doing nothing but driving, because Darren didn't deserve what he got. And I'm going to be very honest with you. He's not the first person that has lost their lives at that same crossing in Zion, Illinois, on Sheridan Road. He's one of multiple people, and multiple animals have been killed there as well. It's a very dangerous crossing, mostly because people aren't paying attention.
Driving live is dangerous, no matter what. You should never be driving and be on live, especially having a full panel of people in your live. But driving live with a full panel of people and you got your grandchildren in the back, are you okay? Because now you are not just putting yourself in danger, you're putting the children in that back seat in danger. And now you're driving live with a full panel of people talking and running your mouth, your grandchildren in the back, and you hit someone, allegedly. You allegedly hit somebody. Thank God you stayed till somebody came. But then you got back on live and you asked people to send you money for your mental health. Baby, I be like, send me money because I'm going to need a goddamn lawyer. And I hope and pray that my child lets me have my grandkids at any time anymore. Because I would not be worrying about no goddamn mental health. I'd be worried about keeping my ass out of goddamn jail. And that's just it.
Now let me show you some of these comments because they're pretty interesting here. So here somebody says, she also didn't tell that she was on live. The cops didn't find out until the video was sent to them. So even though she stayed at the scene, she wasn't fully honest with the cops. Somebody also said here, one of her fans, TikTok was her job. That's how she pays her bills, not a hobby. Y'all mad that she mentioned her Cash App, but forget this was her 9 to 5. If she clocked in at Walmart, nobody would say a word. Don't confuse survival with sympathy. Somebody else says they're going to make an example out of her. Somebody else says, I've been on a live when truck drivers with the CDL be on live with a full panel all day. Not truck drivers doing whole panels while driving semi-trucks? That is insane. Okay, let me say this, child. Just objection to all this bullshit, okay? Objection. I think the part that's most disturbing with this is the fact that people are not understanding that when you get behind the wheel of a vehicle, that vehicle can literally get you to your destination or make it be somebody else's final destination. No pun intended, okay? And I don't want to come down too harshly on her and get on, like, you know, a moral high ground either. I think what we need to do, like I always say, learn from the mistakes of other people so that way you're not destined to repeat them. Granted, I may have never done a live panel. I may have never gone on YouTube and been like, hey, y'all, I'm driving. We're live. What's up, tea sippers? But I, too, have been distracted. Fumbling to find keys or to, you know, return a message to somebody or see who's calling. You know, putting on lipstick because you're trying to, you know, make it on a date or go to a job interview. Eating, even reaching to grab French fries to eat and dip it in sauce. We've all been distracted, okay? We'd be lying if we're saying that we've never been distracted. We haven't been trying to open up some juice or sip on some Starbucks or something, you know what I'm saying, while driving. This should go as a lesson for everybody that we need to stop all distractions. Maybe you don't live stream while driving, but your ass has to dip that French fry in that barbecue sauce. When we really, you know, eating can be a big distraction. You know, dealing with your kids in the back seat, trying to hand them toys and things like that can be a distraction. We all need to stop being so distracted. We need to woosah, breathe. If you need to stop and do something, pull over. There's nothing wrong with pulling over, taking a few minutes to get things adjusted, and then moving on to your destination, because your only goal in life is to get to where you got to go safely and to make it back home safely. So I hope this is a wake-up call to everyone. You know, it's easy to just demonize and criticize, but let's look at the overall picture. A lot of us get easily distracted while driving. While the accident is considered negligence, she also made deliberate actions that day. She chose to get on live, and because she'd been live streaming live for a while now, from what the comments are saying, she felt comfortable. It never ran across her mind that she could take somebody's life, that she could be involved in a fatal accident. Most of those thoughts don't run across the average person's mind. But what really is disturbing is how she handled it afterwards. I think what also disturbed me and a lot of people is her not taking accountability, her not acknowledging what happened. We all know it happened. You were live streaming when it happened. And to make no acknowledgement of the victim and to just ask for cash apps and to promote her book, it just seemed like it was just another day, like it didn't matter. And I'm sure it does matter to her. You know, when she's not on live, she probably breaks down crying because she's facing time. She's facing time. Anywhere in America, it is illegal. Negligent homicide is still homicide. And so she's going to possibly get jail time for this. You know, it's unfortunate, but she deliberately chose to get into a car and live stream. And this is why certain rules and parameters are put in place so that way you don't find yourself in this situation. But like I said before, let's not just solely judge and condemn her. Let's also look at ourselves. Okay, this is me also doing some self-reflection. And realizing that, yeah, you don't have to reply back to that text, or you can pull over, or, you know, deal with that once you get to your destination. So I'm going to make a stronger effort to not allow myself to get distracted while I'm driving by little nuances. And to, you know, make sure I'm paying even more attention to the road because things like this can happen at the drop of a dime within a split second. You look down to grab something, you look over to look at something, you're trying to reach and, you know, shimmy something out your purse, you could hit somebody or you could get yourself into a car accident that can get you killed. So we all need to be careful while on these roads. So tea sippers, I leave the conversation up to you guys. Let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. I want to know your thoughts on this entire situation concerning tea time. Do you guys feel like she is 100% in the wrong? How do you guys feel about her asking for, you know, cash apps and things like that, but not speaking on the victim? And how do you guys feel about this in general? Do you feel like a lot of us are distracted? Maybe we're not live streaming, but we're fumbling, we're eating, we're messing with children in the back seat, and that we all need to look at this as a learning lesson and make sure that we don't end up in this situation in the future. So I look forward to reading y'all's comments down below. Please hit this video with a like. Feel free to share the video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.